This video is made possible by our patrons.
Hi guys, welcome to another Wannabe Weekly. I'm a little less ecstatic today. I've been up since 3:30 because of work. But do this for you. We do this for you. Today we're going to be talking about what's gone off at Adepticon, AOS wise. There's not been much AOS, but there's been some good AOS, as it were. We've got the Realm of Ger behind me, and we're just going to be talking about a lot of Ger. And then after that, we'll talk about the latest tournaments and what we're working on. Just a little catch up for an hour, you know what I mean. So if I go to Warhammer Community and give you a little show of what's going on. So let's just put that up there. Oh, what have I done? Where's that gone?
I don't know. I don't know what you do most of the time.
I've worked magic. Let's do that. All sorted now. Sorry. So Realm of Beasts literally comes to life at Adepticon. So some of you have already seen this. It's like kind of big news now. We've got this really cool elemental of beasts here, and there's some lovely artwork of it. So Fondian is basically the alpha continent of Ger, and then I can't remember where I read it, but the actual like continents of Ger aren't like normal continents like on Earth. They're essentially like massive elemental predators that fight for dominancy of the actual realm. So imagine a T-Rex fighting a Triceratops, but with continents. That's pretty badass. And then here's a better picture of the actual like new model. So basically, from what I've read of this, it's going to work similar to Endless Spell in the rules, but it's like bound to a hero. So like you obviously pay the points for it, and then it can just do whatever it wants, like a Pokemon. It's a really cool model. It's weird amber stone in the middle is basically the realm stones of the actual like lore at the minute. So ever since the break into the all points or the Varanspar and all that lot for the actual realms, all the realm stones been stolen from there as well. The Varanite, so everything's like going crazy for that at the minute. And then this is the actual Ger's realm stone, if that makes sense. So this is the lifeblood of the realms. All your bone splitters and orcs and stuff have got little talismans, which helps them do their wire magic, all that jazz. It's a really nice model, by the way. It's like a massive like spine, and then there's like a weird goat jackal thing as the skull, and then it's got some weird like predatory cat claws. It's just coming out of the ground. Or like Nighthaunt, like you probably actually use that for Nighthaunt. To be fair, I'm trying to think of what you could do with it. You just stick.
You can make a giant Pikachu.
Yeah, just a giant Pikachu. Yeah. Oh Jesus. We've got some new terrain. Kind of is one of the heroes, but so that's basically saying you can bound it to one of your heroes. It's literally a Pikachu, which I like most about it. We've got new terrain. Well, this terrain up top and this weird statue thing we've already seen in the Dominion box set and all the new AOS thing. But this thing, the weird spine skull thing, I'm hyped about. Because about a few months ago, me and Phil were talking about a Ger table for our live show, Battle Raps. And we were basically get this like giant skeleton of a T-Rex made out of resin. And then just like scatter it around, essentially doing what they've done with this skull. But now they've got this skull, it just makes it so much easier, and there's hope there's going to be more terrain like it, which I'm just hyped for. And then we've got this weird floating water reservoir with the stairs going up to it. It's very reminiscent.
I'm excited about.
It's very reminiscent of the Lumineth terrain feature, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm pretty excited about that one, just because it's there's a lot of conversion possibilities out of that bad boy. You can also probably break it down a lot of it for basic.
Yeah.
So whatever it's connected to, those pillars and stuff.
Yeah. Pillars, and it's got chains and stuff.
Is that stairs as well?
Yeah, that's this whole staircase going up to it.
Oh, sick! Yeah, so that's like loads and loads of basing out of that, right? Like for me anyway. Because I don't have my own table at home, I like a lot of the stuff like I see here. I use for bases or basing. I love basing, so like Yeah, the waterfall and all that kind of stuff would be pretty sweet to do like a big base of something. I don't know what yet, but
I'd almost want to do like a massive like sky temple, like get a load of the actual Luminef terrain features, a load of these, and just make it all go around all of this like massive floating island, and then probably just have like Alariel chilling in it with like Tetlas and just having a mid-afternoon cup of tea. But all this terrain comes in this massive terrain box, the Fondian Strong Point, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna buy 2 of these. Mainly because I've got a Greek-style themed Stormcast army, which like all this new terrain and stuff is very like reminiscent of like ancient Greek sort of stuff as if they're building it, and all the Ger like skeleton stuff as well fits in because my army's got a mixture of like monsters and stuff. So you've got like the Gorgon as my Lord Arcanum, and then I've got Yudresta as like Thanatos, the god of death. So it's all very much Greek themed. I'll bring it up on the YouTube channel at some point and do like a little review of it all and throw it in some bat reps. But like that's just gonna make it 10 times better. We're getting a new book as well, Fondia Season of War. I'm assuming this is just gonna be like a new like narrative campaign, very much so like the what were those books? You know the Battle for the All Gates and stuff, and you had like Be'lakor, all that jazz. Oh, we've got Ralph in the chat. Hi, Ralph. How you doing? Any indication of or idea of how much terrain will be? I'm not sure on how much the terrain will be.
I reckon. I mean, just as a figure, just throwing it out there. I'm just looking at like they do like the Realmscape expansion sets, right?
Yeah.
Which has kind of got like this
Let's have a look,
on it,
actually.
and that's like 50 odd quid, right? I think. So maybe, and that doesn't have the waterfall, and it doesn't have the realm curve thing. So maybe like I don't know, maybe 100, something like that. Like, I was guessing, I don't know, but
let's have a gander and like see if there's any like.
Maybe a little bit less, but I'd probably expect that, right? Like
the actual like part of the buildings are £35 for just like the actual like ruins bits. I'm not sure how much that'll be because we've got 2 of those ruin bits in there.
Yeah.
We've got what else have we got in there? No, not that one.
The Cruciate is pretty nice looking. It's pretty sweet.
We'll come to that. Shh. We've got time. Yeah, you've got 2 of those buildings in there. You've got one of them.
Yeah.
But then most of this stuff came in the Dominion box set, didn't it? So it'll be interesting to see. Oh, sold out the Dominion Sigmar Shattered Temple. I was going to get that. But then you know the Idol as well. That's £35. So if I was to say a guess, I'd say 150, just based on.
I reckon it's pretty cheap. I reckon. I don't know. I reckon it's cheaper.
35 for that, 35 for that, and then 35 for that. So that's already £105. And then you've got 2 of a really nice new terrain and that new elemental as well. So I reckon it'll be around that.
I reckon I'd do a deal. I reckon. Bit of deal, boy.
Hopefully. We've got Sam in the chat. Hey Sam, how you doing? All that jazz. I'm just being me over here. But that's all the terrain stuff for this Fondian Strong Point. And then we've got the specific link of Kronspire Incarnate is making Ger even more savage. So let's have a little read of this. The air of Ger is alive with the sound of bestial roars. Only yesterday we revealed the Fondian Strong Point set, which contains a new threat for the inhabitants of the mortal realms, the Incarnates. So I'm assuming what they're doing here is for every expansion we go into the different realms, we'll have an Incarnate now. Similar to how we had endless spells and then endless spells for each faction. So it begs the question, what other elementals are we going to have? Like, we're going to have an elemental of death, which could be like a Bone Hulk maybe. You know, like one of those like things in like Dark Souls where there's like a massive grouping of skeletons grouped together. And then like you've got the life elemental. What would that be like?
See, this is a better picture of it. Like, I wasn't too sure beforehand, but I guess that's a lesson, right? To learn, like
Mm.
you never judge a model by its picture, right? Until you
Mm.
see it in real life. But now I'm seeing it down on like the level. It actually looks pretty cool. Actually, it looks. I quite like that now. I wasn't too sure about it before, but now I'm coming around. You know that little bit of a perspective or angle on it looks pretty
Yeah.
sweet. I do like that.
It just looks awesome. Like the skull amber thing,
Yeah.
because how the realm stone works is essentially like blood. It flows into objects and through the realms and stuff. So how
Okay.
they made these like amber stones and stuff and bones. So you get certain bones like amber skulls, amber bones, amber teeth, stuff like that in the realm of beasts, and it's
Okay.
infused with so much magic energy that it can help with, say, an Auric sorcerer, any chaos thing, and it just makes them go crazy, and then it can like give them powers. But obviously, in the realm of Ger, it must have gone out of control and created these elementals. So a bit like the Necroquake, how Nagash made the Netrodermis weird thing, where the whole pyramid exploded and created a tsunami of magic through the realms. I'm assuming this is essentially the Alpha Continent's blood coming up and making this elemental, which it looks sweet. The art
Does
for
look
it
sweet.
looks like a undead Godzilla crashing through a battlefield and a town. And you got little villagers running away from him, like, oh no, oh no. I don't believe themselves alive. Surge of energy washed.
Pretty sweet.
It looks amazing. Just having a read of it. Gur is the means of a hurricane of bestial bones. These sentient whirlwinds of ethereal power roam the lands, growing fat by feasting on endless spells. It eats endless spells.
What?
It just eats them. Some remarkable individuals are even able to bind and command them, albeit only temporary. So, on the tabletop, because it says that, I would imagine it's got something similar to like Archeon's, like eat an endless spell or
Or like ends or something. It just
Yeah,
like dispels something. Yeah.
it just dispels it and then probably like does some other crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Each realm has its own form of incarnate, so that's solidifying that each realm's gonna get one, hopefully. While no two are the same, they draw their titles from the same place they were first encountered. For example, the primal spirits of Ger that manifest near titanic boneyards and slaughter grounds were first encountered in the Kronspine range of the continent of Fondia. In these treacherous mountains, Udresta and her host of Stormcast battled through a valley beset from all sides by a feral horde of beastmen and aurochs, seeking answers to what mysterious power had been whipping the combatants into such a fearful frenzy. The source of these primal garish energies was a bestial graveyard that birthed the first Kronspine incarnate. So, what I can imagine from just that little extract is these like great bone graveyard, these elephant graveyards of these massive creatures. Some of them must have been like a god beast at least, because you just don't have like a random like monster. That's like having a giant Jabberslife dying and then having an elemental come from it. So it had to have been a god beast, surely. But then she just noticed everything's going crazy and bestial. I like the fact that they've added beastmen and orcs just attacking them at all different angles as well. Because
Going for it.
it's like it's weird because if you compare orcs, savage orcs mainly, and beastmen, they're very similar, but they've got different sort of things for it. They've got the whole like strive, the strongest and toughest of them lead them. That's orcs and beastmen in the same right, and they do very similar tactics as well. Which, in this, it just makes me feel a little bit happy. Got a lovely picture of the new. Oh, that's actually that's big. That's a big model. Because Udresta isn't like a small model. She's like, I'm trying to think of Sanguinius size. So she's Primarch sized, I'll say. 'Cause she's on a 60mm base, and then those stairs give her at least like a few inches in the air. And then her wings are massive as well. But this elemental's like, because she's elevated in this picture, and the elemental's like 2 inches below her, flat, and it's almost the same size as her, if not the same, with the wingtip to the horn tip. So that's going to be a big model.
It's gonna be a pretty big model, right? looking at that.
So cool on the side of the head as well. Look at the like teeth and stuff. That's such a cool model for me. That's like a dinosaur bone expert's like dream right there. But that's the Realm of Beast stuff. Another thing that was shown at Adepticon was this new Nighthaunt character. He's basically this dude that ferries people across a lake or a river, and then instead of actually taking them to their destination, he would drown them and kill them and rob them. And then Nagash was like, "Oh, that's pretty deep. That's pretty. I don't like that. Your torment is to basically do that again." So liked his style. So in Death, he is tasked with ferrying the spirits of the deceased to wherever the Lord of Death needs them, which you can see with these ghosts and stuff going up to him and just like, oh man, such a cool model though. I'm going to be doing a Nighthaunt army for a doubles army, and this dude definitely is going to be my leader. I'll talk to you more about it when I've actually got the models ready, but there's going to be a really cool conversion with the army and a theme. But I think you can sort of tell with the boat what my theme is going to be about. Here's some better pictures of him. He's got a really not. How often do you see ghosts with beards and hair, Fabian?
Yeah, that's very true. He has got a bit of a beard on him. I have seen some people. Oh, to be fair though, the actual ghosts themselves, like surrounding it, have got one's got like hair at the back. It's got like a bald on top but hair. Like it's a bit weird. But like I have seen some people actually talk about using this as an endless spell. You know, the
yeah.
Talking about using this for like Nighthaunt or making it like as a death version of Loudon. So there's way more
conversion
applications to this model than I think just having it as a Nighthaunt model, which is just absolutely insane by itself already. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff on there that I'm looking at already. I'm like, ooh, what can I base with that? Like,
definitely.
But yeah, it looks pretty sweet actually. I really like that. I know
gold. It's got a little chest of gold coins at the back of it. So he must have kept them in his life until death, and then he's just got them dragging around. Bit like that.
Is the boat got loads of bones in it as well inside?
Yeah, it's got a load of like skulls and bones of the people it's drowned.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of Clash of the Titans, the 2012 one, where he just tosses a coin in the water and he just comes. It's just like he's like, get him a boat. I feel like that's the sort of vibe this thing's been inspired by heavily, and the ghosts trying to get you can see one of the ghosts catching a coin, or not catching but grabbing a coin from the actual box and stealing it off of them. So they must
what's he grabbing at the front? Is it just it's just his paddle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really cool paddle.
Imagine getting to the boat as well, which is pretty insane. It's like he's been punished, right? Like,
I don't know if that's actually like a spine going into him, or I feel like that. Wait a second. I know what's going on here. The spine that you see on the front here, that's there, but then there's a spine going from the actual boat all the way up to his back thing here, and it's a cage for his actual chest. So he's actually caged to that boat and chained to it. So that's like that's his torment. That's his prison for the rest of his
Pirates of the Caribbean style. I mean, your time with Davy Jones.
Oh, I need to give him a pirate hat. Imagine how strong that all is going to be in combat. I bet you it's going to be like 10 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, -3 damage and 4 damage. I mean, rend and then damage. I want that all to do work. I want this dude to be the next Mortark.
I mean, definitely not. But we can all dream, Liam.
He will be. I'll make him a god. We've got Thomas Backhouse in the chat. Hello, chaps. Nice to hear you guys again. It's nice to be back. To be fair, we're gonna do a lot more of these shows every week. It may vary which days. Some weeks we might even have 2 shows. The plan is do this, get some hobby hangouts for the patrons, do a lot more patron content, and then within the next month or so the Studio North should be set up ready for more meta bat reps, and then me and Phil are hopefully going to do some live sort of fun bat reps down here soonish. I know we're in the talks of one on Sunday, but with Phil's job at the minute, it's very hit or miss, and he can have to cancel sometimes. He's a very busy man these days, but we're trying. We're getting there. Back to what we're looking at. Boatman. I've noticed that some of the Nighthaunt here are very like some. We've got that new box set as well, the Daughters of Cain and the Nighthaunt coming out.
Yep.
And they've got the arrow unit of the actual Nighthaunt, which I really like the sculpts. I really do. It's the crossbows, the Arena of Shades box set. I don't know why. I like them really, really, really much. I'm just losing all sense of like wording this because I'm just sort of thinking of how many ways I can convert this. The banner dude looks amazing. He's got rose thorns going all the way up. We've got. It's just really nice. Let's have a look at the crossbows. We've got a 12-inch range. Oh,
Other Liam, Big Liam.
Big Liam.
Big Liam's in.
Big Liam's here. We just talked about the new elemental and the new terrain. It's essentially a Pokemon, which I really like, but it also eats endless spells. So
Yes.
I feel like the endless spells that you might see in games might have a sort of predator of an endless spell, which is really weird. Imagine a cat to a fish. There we go. Now we're talking about Nighthaunt. So we've had a Nighthaunt hero come out.
Yep.
What's his name?
Stunning looking model.
Oh, Owlratch the Drowner. He's from the West Country.
Why is he from the Black Country?
Because why not? This is how they should sound. All of the Nighthaunt, because I deem it fit. And then Orcs are Cockneys. We've got because like they just are.
What do we think to the model?
It's amazing. It's got so much details on it. It's not overpowering with what it has, and it's got so much character to it.
It's stunning, isn't it? What do you think to rules, Fabs?
It hasn't got rules yet, has it?
I haven't seen any rules for this, but
Oh no, we haven't, have we? Oh no, yeah.
no, I can.
No.
I was saying earlier that you could just use it as an endless spell, couldn't you?
Yes.
like a Loudon. You know what I mean? So pretty sweet. I think that's one way of getting hold of the Loudon, right? Without actually buying the box set, right? So that's pretty sweet.
Normally with all my like all endless spells and stuff, I go to Troll Trader because they're like a tenner for like just an individual endless spell. I just do it that way. It's easier for me because there's a lot of resell in the community, and all you need to do is just strip it and then clean it up. But
I normally buy stuff like this just for the because I get extra bits of it. You see? So,
oh yeah, the crazy
yeah.
conversions.
Problem with see, I use Troll Trader sometimes, but the problem with Troll Trader is like you get just the bit, if you see what I mean. Sometimes, and sometimes you want like all the other bits you get with it, like the roses and the other bits. But you know, I suppose it's good for some bits. But yeah, I sometimes like getting the whole model itself, use everything, but for basing and conversions, you never know when you need something, right, for future project.
Yeah, definitely. I've got so many bits over the years, just going through it all. Oh, what have I got? I've got like a load of Gore Grunter bits and bobs that I gave to Luke. I had like 100 bone splitters at one point that I've like sold or just gave to people. And then I've got a load of Skaven stuff. A lot of Skaven stuff that I was originally going to do with my Skaven Submarines Caradron's army, which was originally going to be at my doubles tournament sort of themed converted army, because I normally reserve all the converted armies for doubles tournaments.
Yeah.
Because they just look cool, and then if you've got like a teammate that matches the theme and you do a really cool army, it just blows like wonders. Like the last one I did a Frost, but not Bone Splitters, Cruel Boys army. A lot of
Frost.
Oh, not Frost.
As in the boy band Ross.
No. Frost.
When will I be famous?
Oh my.
One of them was in Blade, weren't they? It was amazing.
Yeah, see, when
Blade.
he come and acted into it in Blade, he were really good. Yeah,
They were awesome. I really love
yeah
that.
Blade. Blade 2 we were in.
I remember the big like the mouth and it. Like,
I think it was either Blade 2 or Blade 3.
yeah, right. Good. That I like that. I enjoyed that.
We on about the one where his mouth splits open and then he starts fighting it. I think
Yeah,
that's. Yeah, I think that is the second one because the third one had Ryan Reynolds in, didn't it?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that one again.
When he was first coming out. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch all of these again. I miss watching.
Yeah, the first one was that weird guy. He's not been in it for a long time, but then he was in something just recently. He's got a really cool name.
The dude that was in Austin Powers. He was the son in Austin Powers, Gold member. I can't remember the name of the actor, but I remember his face.
Stephen Dorff. Boom.
Yeah, Stephen Dorff. That's it.
Boom. All right.
Going back on topic, sorry.
Yes.
Ralph in the chat says ghosts with crossbows and bows. Who would have thought it? Lol.
What do we think, Tom?
All of them. It's just the kit just looks amazing. You've got the actual like ghosts themselves. They've got the hands out, but then the crossbows look amazing. Like you just throw these on like Empire stuff, and it wouldn't look out of place. And the standard bearer for them is just slouched with the actual banner itself, and then it's all going in the wind, and he's got the thing is, he's doing it as if he's actually alive, and he's got his like hand stuck on the stock of the crossbow, as if he's leaning on it. But ghosts don't lean, so it's just sort of. I like how they're imitating as if they were alive, sort of thing. Like that, they think they're alive.
Who's that? The banner guy.
Yeah, the banner guy.
Yeah.
They look amazing, especially compared to the older stuff. The older stuff still looks great. Don't get me wrong. But there's
Nighthaunt and like Deacon are still probably one of the best models GW's done, AOS wise.
I think Crawl Boys are one of the best ones, just because I'm biased.
The Crawl Boys. Some of the Crawl Boys are really nice. That's what took my fancy. Obviously, when I decided to play Orcs, Crawl Boys on that side, they're nice models. Like obviously the Vulture and things like that.
I've always had a soft spot for the old Empire models.
The Cities of Sigmar and stuff, and the
Cities of Sigmar now, isn't it? But the old warrior priests, they were amazing. That sort of thing. If you see, that aesthetic, they were really cool.
I'm not really keen on the human guys, like the brigadiers or whatever they were. I don't really like them models.
Yeah, I get you. But there's been loads of cool models. Some Skavens have got some amazing models as well, haven't they? Like,
oh my goodness! It's...
Oh no!
Oh, you started it. I've literally just got my Skaven army back from because I painted a Skaven army way back in lockdown days, where everything was darker, and we just started doing Bat Rep Season 2 at Phil's. Because obviously I couldn't go to Phil's and play. I basically painted like 3 or 4 armies to go there and play. So Skaven was one of them. Let me just have a little. I went to burp then. I'll carry on. But Skaven was one of them. Sorry, I'm choking on my own words. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for it. Skaven was one of them, and I did 4,000 points or so of them in like 6 days. But it wasn't just Skaven. There was 2 Stegodons, and there was a Custodes army as well. And in those, I think we've got one of our bat reps where it was Jack going, "Little Liam spent all of his lockdown doing the Skaven. You can help too by having little Liam at home painting your models." As if it was like the Rick and Morty skit where it's Little Rick, or no, Simple Ricks. But it's basically that, and then it's doing all the pictures of the work in progress. It was just me at the end rocking in the corner after I painted all these models in such a short amount of time. But I gave the army to Phil, played a few bat reps with it, and I had not touched it since then. And now that I've got them in hand, I'm so ready to play with them. It's like playing with a new army that I haven't had before. And then I'm going to test out the new rules that we reviewed last week in our last Wannabe Weekly. see if the Skaven have got any better. I like to think they have.
No.
I'm hoping for a new battle tome soon, because comparing Thankwall to all the other named characters for his points, he's pretty shocking, to say the least. 405 points, I think.
He's a big dirty rat, though, isn't he?
Hey,
He's a rat.
He's a beefcake. And then I've got all the Vermin Lords as well. Back on subject, anyway.
Back onto Nighthaunt.
Nighthaunt. We've got the Soul Hunter crossbows, which is the bows that they use. We've got a 12-inch range, which, I mean, I must be overlooking it, but that doesn't seem too impressive to me. But mind you, the board is smaller now than what my perception of the game would go.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Babs what he thought to the rules side of them.
Of the crossbows?
Yeah.
Two takes, I think. Standalone, they're not great at all. But I feel, and I'm probably saying this with hope, but I feel like there's going to be some synergies maybe with them. So if there's some synergies with them, then, you know, all good. But sometimes it's I've learned in the past when I've said something that's like not very good, and then I've been burnt because actually the synergies with them are absolutely insane, and then it just, you know, it looks like
I don't know.
I look like I've got egg on my face. So standalone, just as a war scroll, 12-inch range isn't very long at all in regards to what's out there at the moment. Everything seems to be minimum of 24. And then you know, hit on 4s, wounding on 4s is again not very good. But I imagine there is some insane synergies you can maybe do. I've not had a look yet. But if you, I reckon there's some bits you could probably do with this, and that makes them better. But my initial thoughts are the range is what's done it for me. Is the range really? Unless there are some synergies where you deep strike down, you know, 9 away, and then you give some sort of buffs and stuff. So that's like, probably where it's going to be.
A bit like Beastmen coming in and just charging, etc. But with
if they can come off at board and do something, or I mean, have we seen their the movement? Have they got like a 20-inch movement or something?
No, it's literally just the gun scroll.
One can just can drop down, right? So
I think so.
Yeah, they can drop down because they have that special charge, don't they? They can fight straight away. But what I'm thinking is if and again, I don't know how many you can take in a unit. If you can take like, you know, maybe 20 of them or something,
how many
you might be able to drop down, or maybe even 10. I mean, still 10 kicks out 20 attacks, but you know, you come down, you're hitting on 3s with all out attack.
Yeah, that's where I'm thinking. All out attack makes them 3s and 4s, doesn't it? -1. You just it's like when you look at the scroll, you just expect to read down further or something and think, oh yeah, well, it might be 4s and 4s -1 damage, but 6s will do 2 mortal wounds or something like that, or a D3 damage or something like that. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, well, yeah, I hopefully, you know, but I mean that's the way that Age of Sigmar's going that we've seen so far. The release of like the Nurgle book and you know, some of the other newer books that we've seen so far. It seems like it has the power level has started to drop, which is good.
Yes.
And it, you know, if everything is on that same even keel, then these guys may be good in the future. But
that's what I was thinking. It's like Dark GW. I'm sure somebody said to me like GW are like 2 years in front or something like that. What we play. So like it could be that, like you say, new books that are coming out, there's not been much shooting, or shooting that you've got is going back down like to what it used to be, which is good really. So maybe these in, like you say, a year's time, 7-8 months time, maybe a new handbook or something like that, there'll be something in there that gives them extra range, or all the new armies that keep coming will also just get their range decreased, so it'll all be the same.
The thing I like about these weapons is you can target enemies with these shooting attacks even if they're not visible. So all those like Sylvaneth wildwoods that like you can't see through within like a 1mm line, and like it's going an inch into it, and they don't get any cover modifiers to their save rolls as well. I know it's like not a lot with a -1 rend, but it does help when you like have a +1 to save, and then you've got another +1 to save with all out defense because it ignores the first rend. But you know what I mean, like. It helps.
Yeah. Is it just like death that come up from, because Nighthaunt don't have graves, do they? I'm just thinking like what Fab says, where they can come down or come up. Could you?
Yeah,
do
they
Nighthaunt
can.
have like graves where you can come up halfway through board, so that's like 12-inch range. Bad then, is it? If you come up from a grave site or something.
Yeah, they have some of them have the ability just to be put aside and come down, so they can deep strike down. Basically.
Yeah. So it's not too bad then, is it?
Yeah, they have a rule where they do. I think it's a 10-inch charge. I think it is. If they do a 10-inch charge, a natural roll of a 10-inch, they get to fight instantly, and then they get to obviously fight again in that combat phase. You see what I mean? So it's just a Nighthawk charge.
Yeah. So if you think about it, if you come down 9 inches away and you want to kill that little hero, if you've got a 12-inch range, you're in 12 inches because you can come down 9 inches. It doesn't matter if they're hiding because they don't get that cover save and you can't hide from them. Then it's not too bad, is it? If you want to kill that support hero, that like you say, if you come down with 10 or 20 on them, you should be killing a decent support hero. Then it can be a different game, can't it?
Yeah, that's true. What's that model you've got on your screen? What's that?
That is a Nighthaunt bloke. Let's have a look.
I've not seen that before.
Let's have a look through the range because I've been like having a little nose about it. Death.
I like him.
He's Licoron the Executioner. He's got a little like hourglass and a load of ghosts. The thing I like about the Nighthaunt is these like skulls underneath the drapes and stuff. It reminds me of the Mummy, where he just had like the veil over his like face as he was like absorbing people to get back to normal. It's just all the souls and stuff. That's a really cool model. I like all the roses on the gravestones and stuff. He's got the hourglass there. What other models have they got? Black coat.
Yeah, just look pretty sweet, yeah.
Looks
nice.
amazing.
Like him.
Craven King. So they've got really nice models, which
I
is
got some one somewhere as well, actually.
definitely gonna do some more. But those are the arrow blokes. Where is Fancy? Where was he? Let's go back, and it was this gentleman. It's a ghost Nighthaunt dude with more hair. Let's have a look through the chat quick. Standard bearers look cool. The rest kind of nice, but they look really wobbly. Like and NH. I think I'm being special with NH. Would have expected at least a release roadmap for the books. I think we did have one, Ralph. To be fair, what was it? It was Maggotkin and something at the start of the year. Then it was Fire Slayers and Ideneth. And then ones that are coming out soon are Nighthaunt and Daughters of Cain with that box set. And then the last ones were blanked out, but it was Order and Chaos Battletome. So I'm not sure what books are going to be coming out next. I'm trying to think of the oldest books, to be fair, what it could be. Could be Sylvaneth. Have they had a book? They've only had a update, haven't they?
They had a book about 2 years ago, but it was crap.
There's maybe them. And then the Chaos one, what Chaos ones haven't been properly updated? I feel like Beasts of Chaos, probably not, because they're so baller at the minute, just like with the -3 rend and turn 3. I don't think they need an update at the minute.
It could be your. I hate to say the word, but it could be your Skaven.
Oh
no!
Oh
no!
Skaven! Oh
No.
Get it! Stab! Stab!
Stabby.
Stab! Oh, I'm gonna have to get a load of rat swarms now. Yes, kills it. Oh, stop! Get me, Nighthaunt on track.
Nighthawk, come on, keep going.
So we've got this new hero model that is basically really.
Is he the one that comes in the box set?
Yeah, he's got the book and he's scribbling it with a feather. And
compared to Daughters of Cain one.
What is the Daughters of Cain one? I'll have a look at some
point. Gladiatrix.
Oh, I know the one you're about now. Yeah, that one didn't strike me as much. This one, however, it's got a bone back bind thing that he just walks around or floats around with, and then he's got candles that float around him as well. He's got a massive candle there, but then I don't understand why he's got a lantern. I mean, I love the lantern, but if he's got candles all over him, he doesn't need any more light. But the lantern doesn't look like it's like doing normal light. It looks like something's coming out of it.
In the lantern to do with like souls or something like that.
Maybe it's just a herbal essence. Like it's just some avocado essence or something. It's like Maybe ghosts smell now in Age of Sigmar. Who knows? Scented candles.
There's more wounds, right? I think.
There was characters in Nighthaunt with lanterns and stuff. I remember reading one of the rules for them, and it's essentially a beacon for other souls to go near.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I say it's not like a light; it's more like a beacon, isn't it? It's that sort of theme.
Yeah.
More like a beacon for souls to be sucked in, sort of thing.
Yeah. What else is there? Ralph says, could that book potentially be Seraphon?
No. What? No, because they're not chaos. Oh, does he mean for order?
For the order
yeah,
one.
for order. Maybe.
It could be. What?
Yeah, because they need more power for sure.
Yeah. Tabs not doing nothing.
I feel like we need to rename the Seraphon book to Liam's Bucket Full of Dinosaurs, and then just have my face grinning with like 5 Stegodons on my head or something. Something crazy like that, and then just add Godzilla in there, a plastic Godzilla with Aztec temple on his back. That, if that happens now, I think they'll listen to me and all my ideas. Make it happen. But yes, he's got a really nice feather. He's got really nice long hair. I think we'll be seeing more of this long hair with Nighthaunt in the future, so it brings a lot more character to them. We've got the Craven King and Orlender when the first wave of Nighthaunt came out, but they were very much so ghosts without any character to them. Whereas this gentleman and the Boatman we just had a look at have all got hair and stuff from when they were alive, and then candles on this one, for instance. That is a lovely piece of artwork as well. It's got a purple feather.
I think I'd probably convert that and change the head. I feel like.
I reckon if you were to put his head on a robe like the rest of them, but a shroud, not cover it, like just have it hanging over it so it doesn't have the head out too much, but still, so it's like all Inquisition.
What head would you put on, Fabs?
No, something like where you can't see his face, if you see what I mean. Something
right.
Do you know what I mean? Like almost like I like some of the Nighthaunt that I've seen. Maybe like one of the what are they called? Not Dark Elf. The old 40k models.
The racks.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's a weird little face.
Yeah, man.
And he's got these weird little bone shoulder pauldrons. I don't know why, but I'm getting a Tyrannid vibe from the spine and the shoulders. We've got a rule here. Sentence to the eternal torment. In your hero phase, you can say that this unit is going to record the name of the judged soul. If you do so, pick one enemy hero that does not have the death keyword and that is visible to this unit to be the judged soul. At the start of each of the subsequent hero phases, if the judged soul and this unit are on the battlefield, you must make a judgment roll for the judged soul, and this unit cannot record the name of a different judged soul. How many times do I have to say judged soul in that phase? In addition, if the battle would end and the judged soul and this unit are on the battlefield, then before the battle ends, you must make a judgment roll for the judged soul. Oh my! I feel like this is a poem.
They're making it clear, so nobody can turn around and say, "Whoa, you can move in hero phase."
To make a judgment roll, roll a dice. If the roll is less than the number of the current battle round, the judged soul suffers 2d6 more wounds. What? 2d6 more wounds?
Boom.
What? This unit cannot be picked to judge, to be a judged soul more than once in the same battle.
Yeah, you can't pick the same hero.
Well, Liam, I didn't really get that too much, mate. Can you just read that again, please?
Yeah, you broke up halfway through.
Blah blah blah, judged soul, blah blah blah, 2d6 more wounds.
That's it.
That's the premise of judged soul equals 2d6 more wounds.
Okay, so let's
I do like Nighthawk.
Realm here.
When I first started AOS.
So there we go. We're stepping into the realm of Fab's rules. Right. So there's a couple things here that stand out. And some, what people probably have missed. One is that you can't pick models that have the def keyword, so that automatically rules out like if you're playing against like
Bone Reapers, and other
yeah, Bone
Nighthaunt.
Reapers, Sword Blight Gravelords, blah blah blah. If you see what I mean. So that's something to look out for as well. And then it's the hero phases as well. So realistically, you're going to be looking at rolling. You're looking what equal and under, right? Less than a number coming back around. So you can't do it on turn 1, and on turn 2 you have to roll a 1.
Yeah.
So that's like a 1 in 6 chance already. So realistically, you're only really looking at getting it at like turn 4, maybe. You know, because you've got to roll 1, 2, or 3. So it's 50-50 on turn 4. So, and then what, like a third of the time on turn 3. So, yeah, it seems like it's a lot, especially when you look at the 2d6 wounds. You look at it, but actually, you'd have to be really lucky because you can't even get it on turn 1. You have to be really lucky to get it on turn 2. And then in competitive world, the game's over by turn 3 anyway. So, yeah, if you see what I mean. But in a narrative way, if you keep this guy out of the way, keep them out of the way, hidden until late game, you can probably pick up like a Slay the Warlord or something late game, by rolling, turn 4, turn 5. You're looking at 50-50, then it's like a 75% chance, then a 90. So, So yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I'd like to see how many points he is. If he's like 80 points or something, then yeah, take him.
Yeah.
He's very reminiscent of Death Note. The anime where you just write a name in a book and they just die.
Yeah.
That's. I might have to paint the hair like the dude in that, and then give him like a really cool. Like I would have to get somehow write Death Note on the book, even though it's got. The skeleton on it, just to make it all cool anime nod. Got Ralph in the chat saying, well, you can pick in turn 1. Yes, I believe you can pick in turn 1, but it doesn't go off until at least turn 2, isn't it?
Because you have to roll a 1. But yeah, it would just fail. Yeah, I think he's put it himself saying it fails. So yeah, it just depends because you're paying for an ability. And I'd also like to see what else he does because that's just one little bit of his wall scroll. So maybe he does other stuff. He might have a decent save. So we'll see. It might be something that it might be good. Be able to keep it in your back pocket. Yeah. Kill 2d6 mortal wounds onto a character by turn sort of 4, 5, and 6 is pressuring them. So eventually they do have to. Thinking about it, actually, they do have to. It's like a ticking time bomb, aren't they? They do have to get to him because eventually he is going to do 2d6 mortal wounds at least twice.
So they have to almost do a beeline for him, which you could use as distraction kind of effects to pull the heroes that you want to come towards you, and then you can get the rest of your army coming in behind them, shooting the other stuff, or even charging the other stuff.
It's like Fab says, they're going to have to come to you, even if you pick that hero. You might get lucky in turn 1 and do him over, but it's not going to be every turn. It's not something that's going to happen every game, but you might get it. So it does put that fear on some of the play that I think, right, well, we've got to actually try and get in, because if not, again, going back to like key heroes that are behind something, support hero, if they lose that, it can be quite fatal, can't it?
Yeah. I think the crucial thing with this guy is how many in match play we're talking about here. Obviously, for casual, for casual, it's going to be great. Take that and but we're talking about match play here, and I think it's all down to how many points this guy costs. That's how good he is or not. So.
Typical GW, he'll probably be a lot of points. He's a stunning model, so he's bound to be like 300 points, so nobody takes him.
I reckon he'll be like something like 110 points, like Bray Shaman sort of level.
110's alright. I mean, he's still a hero and stuff, right? So, but I mean, I need to see the rest of his scroll. Just on that ability alone, I think if you're paying 150 and less, maybe, then yeah, he'd be decent. I think in match play, be okay.
I think you're going to be looking at something like that, aren't you? Because with points for most armies that are coming out now, you're looking at least 150 for a hero, aren't you? 120, 150 for heroes now. Armies are getting smaller, aren't they?
The thing is with most armies is a lot of their small heroes and big heroes. There's not a lot of mortal wound ignores in those heroes throughout all of the armies.
Yeah.
Like, Nurgle have got one, but that's just because they're Nurgle. 3 of the Stormcast heroes have got it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Archeon's got a 5 ignore, but that's still only a 5 up. I'm trying
He's
to
got
think.
4 up against mortals.
Oh, is he? Oh, is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
that?
4 up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4 up against mortals for Archeon.
All your
It was at Archeon,
bloodthirsters.
yeah, he's got 4. Is it 4 up on spells or yeah?
He's got 4 up ignore, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's got 4 up ward save as well against mortals.
Yeah.
Against mortals. Same as Nagash, isn't it? Nagash has got 4 up against mortals, and then he's 6 is rebound. I'm pretty sure Archeon's rebounds on a 6 as well, actually, thinking about it. So.
Yeah, it
He's
does,
got the armor of Morcar or something. But then, like, that's all the god level stuff. They've only got like a 4 up and all that jazz. But then you've got greater demons, you've got more crushers, Stonehorns have got 5 up.
Yeah, Kragnos got 6 up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still only a 6 up. Oh,
It's more than Illyriel's got.
Well, 2d6 mortal wounds potentially can neuter some of these like god level characters if they haven't got that save, or just fail a few of their saves.
Yeah,
I killed Kragnos on a 2d6 with Shaman. He had the ability where if you were in 6 inches on him, I rolled 2d. I rolled a 6, and then I rolled double 6, 12 mortal wounds.
Oh god! Shazam! But then
But yeah, the more I think about it, actually, the more he's it could be actually good. I mean, you know, look what you're talking turn 3, third of the time you're taking 7 mortals, turn 4, turn 5, you know, sort of. So
it's definitely.
It's like you say, Fabs, in a competitive thing, like you've just said, if you can think you might be able to, like say, slay the warlord, and you've got that kind of ability in turn 3, gets you your battle tactic. It's there, isn't it? That could turn a game.
Yeah, I'd need to, like I said, see the war scroll completely. See, does it tell you there, Liam, when it activates? Is it in the hero phase or is it? I'm not too sure. But yeah, I need to see the rest of the war scroll and then have a look at it properly. But yeah, you could do something. You know, late game, you could get like, you know, turn 5, slay the warlord. You're looking at rolling a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
So in your hero phase, you pick a hero without the def keyword. It doesn't have a range on it, so it can be anywhere on the board. At the start of each subsequent hero phase, so you'd pick it first turn, and then turn 2, 3, and onwards is when it would start kicking in.
Okay. So I believe.
Does that mean you can do it in their hero phase?
Did it say start of hero phase? Did it say?
At the start of each of your in your hero phase, so that's like turn 1, but then the second half is at the start of each of your subsequent hero phases. So I'm assuming that's your own hero phases.
I'm pretty sure this might be a little trick for you guys at home. I'm pretty sure that you could pick this ability first, pick their general, do 7. You know, say if it pops off, you do 7 mortals, kill the general. And then I'm pretty sure you can pick Slay the Warlord and you automatically achieve that battle tactic. Ooh. But I need to check the wording on Slay the Warlord, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, you could do, because like you say, pick it. It just says the hero phase, doesn't it, when you're picking your battle tactic?
Yeah, I'm going to double check that though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you might be able to do that.
Does this keep on happening then? It's not a one-use hero phase thing.
No, just keep going, right?
I think if you pick it and you've killed that hero, you can then pick another one if it's still on battlefield.
You can. There you go. So, Slay the Warlord says you complete this tactic if the model chosen to be your opponent's general is slain during his turn. So it doesn't say you pick it, blah blah blah. So you could do this ability onto their general, do 7 mortals if you get it off. As an average, it's 7 mortals on 2d6. Yeah. And then if the Warlord dies, then that's an easy Slay the Warlord battle tactic. So that's a bit of...
That's pretty juicy. Just having at the back, just writing names. Oh my goodness, there needs to be a Santa Claus one. Oh, that's an idea.
There you go. So that's something for you for competitive match play to be able to use him straight away. So
that's just a tenner, Fabs, isn't it? That's just a tenner. Send it via PayPal.
There you are. There you are. Do you know what I mean?
So new Nighthaunt look great, model wise, and the rules look tasty. What is gone on at the latest tournament at GW? Let me just pull this up. Because you had a look at the rules yourself, didn't you, Liam?
Yeah.
Not rules. The matchmaking. And
Yeah,
then
I was following it on weekend. Yeah.
let's just have a look at the top 10. So 10th place was Daughters of Cain with Michael Wilson. Obviously we can't see the lists here, but then we've got 9th place Stormcast Eternals, 8th Caradrons, 7th Legion of the First Prince.
Very own Dragon Slayer there, Adam Sinclair.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What with KO?
Yeah, we KO. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well done, Adam.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Oh yeah. Well done, Mr. Adam. I don't know what I
think
said.
he said as well that if he'd have got, I think how it worked out when it worked out with battle tactics, they were hoping for a podium. He could have got a podium because he'd only dropped 2 battle tactics.
Yeah.
With Laurie and Curry drawing, that pushed them up. It pushed Dan Bradshaw down, which obviously then in turn pushed Adam down, and obviously Dan never dropped a battle tactic, so that's why it sort of went above.
Yeah. And then we got Legion of the First Prince. Were we expecting them higher because of the thing, or were we expecting them lower after the FAQ, not the FAQ, the update with the points? Because obviously all of their army counted essentially more points.
Yeah. Depends on what the list was and what you were taking, but yeah, I would imagine that majority of them got a hit, right? So them finishing a little bit lower, they normally finish in like the top 5 quite easily. I'm finishing a little bit lower is probably maybe an indication.
It's sort of done its job.
Yeah. So
Gone for that one, not for number 1 though.
Number 1's still the same.
We'll talk about number 1 a bit later on, but carry on with you.
Soulblight Gravelords, Legions of the Night.
James Clark. Yep.
I'm not sure what like Legion of the Night army would look like.
Normally it's Manfred. You either go down the road of like Manfred, Zombie Lord on Dragon. You might have another character on Morlock in there as well, and you go for like these big monsters that come on from the side. Or you have, he might have gone for stuff like skellies and zombies and blood knights and that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, well done for him getting up there into the top 10 as well. It was pretty sweet.
We've got Slaves to Darkness with Phil Marshall, Lance and Butler.
I believe it's Big Phil on Twitter. So he's Archaon and 2 sets of Vanguard. I was speaking to him at Slaughter actually. Good lad.
Yeah, I say he's done well now, hasn't he? He did well at Slaughter. He's done well at GW. So
I think this is his first AOS season as well. I'm saying it like I've been around as well. This is my first AOS season as well, but he's been I know he's been doing really well with Archaon so far. So
was this a grand tournament as well?
Yeah. This is one of the grand tournaments. Yeah.
I need to do a grand tournament. Imagine me at the top table just being a gorm, just like Skaven. And then 4th place we got Dan Bradshaw with Beast of Chaos. All heard.
Blacked his list. He's Team England as well, right? AOS. So he had Dragon Ogres and Enlightened, basically. That was in his list, pretty much. A few other bits and bobs like Ongor and some other bits. But it's been nice to see Beast of Chaos back up there. We're still waiting on Beast of Chaos to get their first 5-0, right? I guess. I'm not their first. They might be. They've already got one already. But like now with the new update, I think they're I think they're super good. I potentially think they've gone up between A and S tier now. I think they're up there now.
Yeah, definitely.
Luke messaged me the other day talking about what to take to his next tournament. He was thinking Seraphon, thinking Beasts. But before all this, like the Beasts thing, he wouldn't even look at Beasts. Now he's like, I might need to borrow an army, Liam. No,
that's interesting because Luke's next tournament is against me at team. So cheers for that, Liam.
It's okay. It's okay. Every little helps.
Make some notes right now. Yeah.
I'll prefer you anyway, Fabian. You don't bully me into painting stuff. And then 3rd place was Maggotkin of Nurgle, Drowned Men, Andrew Curry. I love Nurgle. the whole army just looks amazing.
Is that in third place? Is that
Third
Steve's?
place.
Andrew Curry.
Andrew Curry, sorry, not Steve Curry. Yeah, Andrew Curry. Yeah. That's who played Laurie. Them two drew, and they were on table 2 and drew.
Do you know what was in the lists, Liam?
I can have a look.
If you have a little gander, so I really want there to be like a load of Beasts of Nurgle and a Grey and Claymon. Just hundreds of Beasts of Nurgle.
Got cleaning one in there, probably, right? I mean, he's really good, right? So, if you look at Laurie's Twitter, I'm pretty sure you'd probably be able to find.
Laurie's were all. It was Techless and all Sentinels, and I think a Cathalar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Laurie's a good lad. He had Techless as well, right? Techless Toolbox, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, Techless, yeah. He's been running it for a little bit, Techless. I'm sure it's Techless, Cathalar, and then all the rest of he's got, I think, Wardens, I think he's got 5 Dawn Riders.
Yes, he has, yeah, there we go. I can see it on Twitter now. He's boosted. Okay, so I can see the Nurgle list in the background. So it looks like it's got a load of flies in it.
Ooh.
And it's got a Glotkin.
It's got a Glotkin.
Yes, yeah, it has got a Glotkin. Yeah.
Glotkin.
And a Mine Sphinx. Oh, okay, so he's got like a little combo going on with the Mine Sphinx and the some Plague Bearers and some. Yeah, that looks pretty decent actually.
What does a Mind Sphinx do? So it looks like a model.
There is bravery,
Okay.
and then I think there's like a Blitzkrieg, I think it's called, roll where it combos with it, so it, like, you know, minus your bravery and it does more like mortals and stuff.
Bomb and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a brave, like you're almost like that, yeah. With and then you've got the Glotkin, which is quite interesting actually. I'd love to see how you use that. With the Glotkin that people don't know at home, they can charge in your opponent's turn, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think he got a nice buff in new book. To be fair, Glotkin. He's a lot of points, but I still think he's a decent model.
Yeah, played right. He's really dangerous. Really, really nice. It was just quite funny actually because I follow Laurie. Laurie's a nice chap. I've played against him in a tournament before. Really nice. Captain of Team England as well, isn't he, for Six Nations, I believe?
Yeah.
And absolutely fantastic guy. If you ever meet Laurie at a tournament, you go up and speak to him. He's really nice. He'd be lovely with you. But one of his things that he always does is whenever he's at a tournament, he always tweets, takes pictures, which is great because you can if you're not there, you can kind of live the moment with him. And one of the things he always does is he's like, "Oh, I just about clung on to a win," and he's like Mr. Klinger Honor.
He's a Klingon.
He's always just clinging on.
Yeah, I've just tabled their army in 2 turns, but I just clung on.
yeah.
But he's great. He's absolutely lovely. Go speak to him. Absolutely brilliant chap. Lovely, and go and have a beer with him if you see him. So.
Sylvaneth player as well. He's good in my book.
Then in first place we got Martin Moran with Stormcast Eternals.
Absolutely, what a legend.
Was this Dragons? Was it?
4 dragons,
yeah, no.
6 long strikes, Bastion, and what else?
Oh, Bastion's already got the
Liberators.
Yeah, Liberators, that right. 2 units of 5 Liberators, a unit of 4 dragons, 6 long strikes, and Bastion.
Yeah, which is pretty. Bastion you don't see much, but Martin's a lovely chap. Again, a lovely guy. Speak to.
He had some problems, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been around for ages as well. Like I used to play against him in 7th in grand tournaments again back in the day, and he's absolutely fantastic. He would have completely played. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I'll get back to is the points. You know, when we're talking about the extra points for dragons, extra points for long strikes and stuff.
Yeah,
a player like Martin will be able to sort of navigate that and almost. You know, so you won't be able to get to the long strikes because you have to get through all the Liberators and the chaff and you know, Bastion's so hard to kill as well. And then the dragons, I imagine you'd have seen him push them up, or even now it's a different way of playing with them now. I think he probably would have played him a little bit more defensively. Very, very good player. He would have deployed perfectly. His movement would have been on point. So yeah, it would have been very, very hard to get a win off him. And I'm not surprised he took the tournament down, to be fair. Really, really, really good player. So
we need those Skavens. Need Skaven on top table. I'm calling it now. If the new book makes me OP, or intensify rat noises. That sort of covers the show pretty much. Do we want to talk about what we've been working on just before we end the show?
I'm paying up a second Bastildon now that you've told me what Luke's taken to that tournament. So,
Is that the Blastoise one?
oh, Blastoise!
The Blastoise. Oh, that model's amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a Dreadsaur in here. I don't know how well it's going to come up on the camera. I just need to stick it to the base. That's practically done. I just need to do the eyes and the gums. And then I've got another Bastildon here that I need to paint in 3 hours because I've got everything budgeted to a certain amount of time tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
What else have we got? I've got Thankor here. Just being a little rat. Don't know how you can see that. Little Thankor man. Just being a badass.
I do like Thankful.
For his points, he seems pretty expensive. He doesn't really do a lot. He just does rat things. Just go, meh. Oh, I'm over here. Oh, no, I'm in a Nighthaunt over there. Ah, you can't get me. Ah. But, like, you just throw him into anything and he'll just go. He'll just pop.
Yeah.
He's such a cool model, though. Especially with the end times release of the Glockkin and Skaven. Storm Fiends, though. I think you can run units of 6 of them and just nuke something of points, because obviously they're all the hunters now, aren't they? So, you might be able to nuke some of those like dragons early off with those Storm Fiend units. Units of 6 of them, just nuking some men, fully buff them, get all the points early and just run off with a victory for the late game.
Some like warp lightning cannons as well.
Oh, that justifies me for building the 4 that I haven't got built yet. Just have a gun line. Don't ask. I bought so much stuff for Skaven. I had like 7,000 points.
Oh my god.
I've got built probably 4,000 points, and then I've still got another 2,000 down there of Doom Wheels. Because the original theme, the reason why all my stuff had like orange armor is because I did like men at work on like buildings, construction sites.
Yeah.
I had a rat at work where all of the stuff would be like construction worker sort of stuff. Okay. So I originally had these 3D printed like helmets that I'd stick on them, and there was like roadwork signs on the narrow holes, all of the like construction workers, like your jackhammers on the Storm Fiends, 3D printed parts, and then I converted a Doom Wheel into a digger, so the digger at the back and a dozer blade up front. It was brilliant. I just had to not do that, because obviously GW's a bit iffy about it, and this army I wanted to use at tournaments. So I've got a load of Vermin Lords as well that I'm staring at and sort of crying because I need more. I need to stop talking about Skaven. What have you been working on, Liam?
Sorry guys, I just had to nip and put kids in bed. Sorry, what were you saying?
What are you working on at the minute, model-wise?
Right, well, me and Fabs are... Sorry, I didn't know what you said, but me and Fabs are going to a tournament next week. Yeah. So I am just finishing off a couple of models. I've got one more Shark to finish, and the Tidecaster.
Yeah.
Have you submitted the list?
No, I'm going to do that tonight or tomorrow.
Is it tonight? I thought it was midnight tonight, wasn't it?
I texted Dan, and Dan said tomorrow. So yeah, somebody did tell me like midnight tonight, but like today. But when I texted Dan saying when's it got to be in, and he went tomorrow. So.
Oh, I've just sent mine in now, so all good.
What are you taking up? Good.
Yeah, taking nice little lizard boys. Nice little.
What a surprise!
Did you want to borrow the Triceratops mask for the tournament? Oh, I still can't believe it. Somehow did that tournament with that on. I remember you were on the top table and Phil was right next to you in one of the end games, and then Phil just turns around, looks at me, and I slowly turn around and you just see the black beady eyes piercing into his soul, and I could see through the little mouth hole. It was like I kept thinking.
Is that what I've got? Game 5 then? Is it Fabs Seraphon?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
I've got Toby to play first. I've got Toby to beat first, and then whoever I have to get after that.
Team England's Toby Meadows. He's grudged him. We'll see. Well, next episode we're definitely gonna see Liam just crying.
Well, I turned up for books when I beat Toby, and then I beat Dan Bradshaw, and then I beat Fabs to go final.
The golden mile of beating people. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. I don't care. Now, me and Toby has always said, when we're at a tournament, next time we're at a tournament, we'd love to get a game. So that's it. I don't mind. I'm not there to win. So
I need to do more of these like tournaments because I've only been to like the narrative ones and then that one GT that we went to, but it was more of a narrative GT, wasn't it, Fabes?
There's a GW one I'm going to be potentially going to in May the 14th, 15th, I think it is.
Is that the teams one?
No, it's a singles. It's I think it's actually, I think it says something about is it Thondia or Thondonia?
Has the ticket's gone live?
Thondia? I think it's live. Yeah. I think it's more of a narrative one. I don't think it's narrative, but it's more of a Throne of Skulls style rather than a match play.
yeah.
But I'm just gonna go for some fun. I think I'm gonna take. I might take a load of. I think I'm going to take a Carnosaur. Believe it or not, no one takes those.
That thing nukes if it's buffed.
And
is the Carnosaur the T-Rex?
Yeah.
Yeah, T-Rex, and
the best
a load of Saurus Warriors because everyone complains about no one takes. Well, let's say they're rubbish. So I feel like I need to go and prove a point.
That's what I'd take.
Kotal's Claw is really.
I'd take a T-Rex from our list, without a doubt.
Kotal's Claw is really good because you can do the buffing the Saurus. No. Hear me out. Hear me out. It gets all the command points back from buffing the Saurus units, and then you just throw them or whatever the hell you don't want, and then you just leave your Saurus guard at the back of a slam, just chilling, doing his thing, and then you have a T-Rex and a Scarvet on a T-Rex, just go up each side of the board doing whatever. Then open the door.
Take a Carnosaur and a Skink Chief and just throw it at everyone.
Yeah, that also works. And you can just throw Stegodons in there because moo. That's hashtag moo for tournaments, guys. I need to do one of these competitive tournaments. I put my money where my mouth is, where I just chat stuff.
Did we talk about the the daughter's stuff after Nighthaunt, or not? Are we doing that next week?
We'll try and do that next week, just because there's a lot to. Well, not a lot to cover. I mean, I end up rambling quite a bit with this sort of stuff.
Yeah, we'll do that next week because we can talk about our tournament and maybe the daughter stuff and bits and bobs as well. So
yeah,
I'm not even sure when the daughters and the Nighthaunt book's getting released. I think it's soon because it said summertime, not summer, springtime, didn't it? Spring, summertime.
Yeah, I think it said spring. Yeah, spring. So
hopefully,
yeah, because the Fire Slayers in the Deepkin, they said end at winter, which is obviously come.
Yeah.
Then they said the daughters and the Nighthaunt were going to be in spring, and then they just said New Order and New Chaos in the summer, didn't they?
Yeah. So I'm hoping soon because I want to get this like converted Nighthaunt army all sorted.
And now they were one of my first armies when I started like 2.5 years ago, and I've got loads of stuff. And then obviously I bought loads of them. Went to like every WH Smiths in around my area and just bought loads of the Mortal Realms. So I've got like 600 chain rasps.
I need to get some chain rasps, so I might have to like have a little.
But I love the Black Coach. The Black Coach is just such a stunning model.
Ooh, I can't wait to show you my conversion for the Black Coach once it's finished. But we'll talk about it when it's done because I don't want anybody stealing my idea.
No, I always wonder, well, somebody might steal my idea, but I always thought what I'd try and do is make it float, make it a bit like the Orient Express. Not the Orient Express. What's the Christmas one? The train that flies off with the kids on and stuff like that.
I know the movie Winter Express.
Is it the BBC one? Is it whatever it were?
Winter Polar something Express.
Oh yeah, Polar Express or something like that. Is it? Yeah, I always thought I like doing that. Just doing trying to get like a big stand for it that floats up in air over like all the death, like churches and stuff that you have.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be quite a cool idea.
Just have it drifting, Tokyo Drift style.
Yeah.
Have it shining up with rims at the bottom of it, flashing lights. Why is
something like them? You know them where you see them when you go into like the gadget shops and they've got like them worlds or balls that are just floating. You stand underneath. I thought you could try and do that, so I could buy one of them and fit it in it, so it's just actually floating on stand magnetically.
I want to see you put one of these on the tabletop. Just have have the black coach all like good 3 meters in the air and just play them on the table. My black coach has been destroyed. How'd that happen? It's 3 meters up there and it's got stuck on a lampshade.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of our hobby. We talked about doing bits and bobs. We'll do another show next week. I'm not sure what day. Probably be. We'll do it like 2 days in advance with the show on YouTube. But that's us again, guys.
They do it after me and Fabs come back from tournament, so it's probably going to be on like Tuesday onwards or something like that, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, well, we can do one. We can do one next week, but it won't be about a tournament. It'll be about whatever else.
Hobby bits and bobs.
Whatever Liam decides. So.
Yeah, it's your turn, Liam.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's not next week, is it? Tournament's week after. Duh. Yeah, sorry.
No worries, Liam. We got you. That's the end of the show, guys. We hope you liked it. I'm just sort of geeking out about Skaven, and I apologise for I'll just get a little bit excited, you see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our Patreon. There's got all our old videos on it, and some live bat reps and stuff, and there will be more perks to being our patrons soon. We've got the affiliate link for Element Games, so if you want any more models, go through there. Helps the channel out, does a lot of work. I've already said like and subscribe, so cheerio, guys. See you next week. Hope you have a terrific Warhammer experience and like Skaven as much as me. See you later, guys.
Hey, guys.
Bye.
This video is made possible by our patrons. If you want to know more about how to support us, click on the link to the right.